Welcome back, folks. I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3 for the 23rd of September, 2021. 3 at 3, we try to bring you the unusual option activity that has caught our eye, either because of extremely heavy call or put buying, or a combination of that with our sentiment scanners that are looking through the entire fire hose of Twitter, as well as Reddit. And of course, that includes Wall Street Bets. So without further ado, let's get started with today's 3 at 3. Just a quick refresh that that FCX trade from a couple days ago is still working nicely. Those 36,000 calls, 3.6 million share equivalent, that was purchased, well, that seems to be doing pretty well because Freeport has now moved up fairly substantially and is now over $32. As you see, been as high as $32.38 today. Certainly back into the middle or maybe even upper third of its 52-week range, and certainly a nice winner this week for Freeport. Just pointing that one out. Here is, of course, our illustrious Fed chairman, who has been doing a fabulous job printing cash. That has been good so far today for a 540-point rally in the Dow Jones Industrials, 59 points out of the S&P, and some 1% or about 163 points in the NASDAQ, nearly 2% out of the Russell. That's what happens when we're printing free money. Now let's talk about Pete, because Pete was on the halftime report with Scott Wapner. They're both looking in good spirits there. Pete a little more tan than Scott. Scott must not be getting out on the golf course as much as he'd like. But nonetheless, there's Pete. And today he was citing activity in NVIDIA. NVDA, and look at that, 50,000 of those calls end up changing hands. And that is a substantial jump from a class that has regularly pretty awesome volume. Look at all those blocks going back a few days that have 10,000 or more contracts traded. I mean, those are big speculative trades, and these are all just the 225 calls in September. So they expire tomorrow, folks. So this is a very deep, deep end of the pool trade. You want to be a good swimmer if you're in this end of the pool, because you have just a day to be right on the direction. There's what we saw, the 31,000 of those September 24th, again tomorrow, 225 calls with the stock at 223. And here's where the stock is now. Nearly 225, been a little over 225 already today, probably because of Pete mentioning it on TV. But you get an idea, nearly a 19 million share turnover, and the stock has been as high today as 225.25. That's a pretty nice range. I mean, looking at it there, you get the idea that, $5.5, $6 rallies are certainly nice. And we caught it well this morning. Here was the second trade that Pete was talking about, International Game Tech. So I've said this before, I'll say it again. These companies that provide gaming machines for Vegas, they get a royalty on all of the coins that are put into these machines, or these days, I guess, credit cards that are put into these machines. So they don't just sell them and get a one-time sale. They sell them and they get a royalty. That's the way the business works. So the more popular it is, the more people that there are in Vegas, the better these will do. So it's certainly a reopening play. They're right back in here today, 9:23, buying 20,000 of those November 26 calls. That's that big block, 20,000. That's 2 million share equivalent. With the stock at 24.62, they're buying those November 26 calls. Also, the volume today, if you note there, is about 3 times normal. been as high as 25.36 today. That is a wide range for this stock, International Game Tech. So you see the spike when Pete talked about it, drove it through 25, and then it pulled back again. So for those of you who missed the run but still believe in the stock, another opportunity presents itself here because it's a little lower than when we first noted it this morning. And now the third trade, JETS. This is the ETF that tracks the airline sector. JETS stock or ETF, exchange traded fund, was at about 24 bucks. They're buying upside 20,000 of those October 2450 calls. So we want to run right along with them, except I want to buy an at the money and sell an upside call against it. There it is, already 7.4 million share turnover, trading near the highs of the session right now. And the 52-week range, 16 to 29, gives you an idea that we're about $5 off that high of the year right now. But that would certainly be a great trade to be in this one, those Oct 8th 2450 calls. So again, these are not just 1 week out in the future, they're 2 weeks out into the future. Tonight, you have a chance to join Pete live in about, 45 minutes. Thursday, September 23rd at 4 p.m. Eastern, right at market close. Pete and AJ Monty will do 30 stocks in 60 minutes. They will break down technicals, talk about what strategies they like, all of that from 4 p.m. till approximately 5 p.m. Eastern time, when Pete will need to jump, and I do mean jump, because he'll need to get right over there because he's going to be on the 5 o'clock show, the Fast Money show at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So if you'd like to see the breakdown of that, 30 stocks in 60 minutes, just go on over to Market Rebellion and sign up now. As far as questions, if you have questions, we've got answers. Shoot them to me at Jon Najarian. That's John without an H, Najarian, Najarian. And this is the first that came in today from Philip Whitaker. Philip's handle is at P_Whitaker, WHITTAKER 98. Okay, Philip, let's see what's on your mind. What are your thoughts on the upside of the stock? It's not a lot of info for me to go on. Oh, there it is, Ford. Oh, thank you. I was just reading his actual tweet there, and I didn't see an F in it. But what do I think of Ford? I like it. I think I have already put a down payment down for the Lightning, the Ford Lightning pickup truck, the all-electric truck that looks pretty impressive. Doesn't mean I'll get one, but I would like to get one. I am one of the folks on that wait list. So right now, today, Ford trading $13.69. It's higher by about 3.5%. When we look at a 1 month graph of the stock, we are at the 1 month high right now. And certainly from the dip that it took just days ago when it was $12.69, it's up $1. I like the stock. I continue to think that their offerings will be impressive going forward. So yes, I like the stock, Phil. Lucid. Hi, John. Is it a good time to trade Lucid after the run-up and then the pullback of the last couple days? This comes our way from Michael Wilner, and his handle is at WILNERM2. Well, Michael, I do like it. We have calls that expire next week, and those are the 24 calls, I believe, in Lucid, LCID. You're right. It has pulled back rather nicely after a big spike that carried it up just 2 days ago to about $28. It's pulled back now almost $3 lower than that. We do have regular October speculation all the way up to about the 40 strike. So yes, like it. And I think you're a smart man to be picking some up on the dip. Now let's talk about random nonsense, because that's the handle of the person sending me this, Random Nonsense D, or Random Nonsense replying to Jon Najarian 3 at 3. Any ideas why TWNK popped the last few days? TWNK, for those of you who don't follow it as close, is Twinkies. You remember what they do, I'm sure, because when they were going to do away with Twinkies, when Hostess said done, these guys are basically the company that's what they do now, is basically Hostess and the packaged foods, sweet rolls, donuts, all that kind of stuff, pastries. Still a decent business. Kind of surprised that it went as far as it did in terms of them just shunning it, but it's pausing right now. Strong accumulation by institutional investors is what we've been seeing lately. So I'd say that, as much as anything, is what has popped this stock. How do we know that? Well, because, for instance, things like this, we look at, okay, what is the normal volume in the stock? Trades about 1 million shares a day. That's the average, about 1 million shares a day. Over the past week, that has moved up to, let's see, last Friday, 1.9 million. On Tuesday this week, 3.8 million shares. So those are usually pretty good signs that somebody is coming in and accumulating a position. It's not just turnover at the same price. It is running the stock to the upside. When they came for it, it was beneath 16. They've taken it up as high as about 1740 recently, and right now it's trading 1730. So upside here, yep, Random Nonsense. I think there is some upside for Twink, TWNK. If you would like to get started in trading options, well, a couple ways you could do it. One, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. There you will see all the subscriptions that we offer, the coaching, the mentoring, the distance learning, or the education, basically that you can log in and do it from anywhere. Also, there are a few seats left, and of course, our virtual seats for the Market Rebellion Trading Conference in Las Vegas at the Aria Hotel and Casino kicks off a week from tomorrow, the 1st of October and 2nd of October. That's Friday, Saturday. If you're able to get out there, and there are still some bronze tickets left, by all means, grab them. If, on the other hand, you'd rather attend virtually, as thousands of you have already signed up for that, then by all means, you're not having to pay a hotel or airfares or, drive in your car. And these days cost twice as much as it did last year to do that. But we would love to see you in person. We'd also love it if you want to learn more about options and you want to be part of this fantastic conference. You can just go to marketrebellion.com/events. That's marketrebellion.com/events. That's going to do it for us today, folks. I'll be back with you on the halftime report tomorrow. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.